Hematinics are the substances that are essential for the formation of blood cells, particularly the red blood cells. Hematinics are used to prevent and treat anemia. It is a condition which is characterized by a deficiency of red blood cells. They are worked by providing the necessary nutrients for hematopoiesis, the process of blood cell production. These are the pharmacological agents which, when administered, favors the erythropoiesis, that is synthesis of RBC, and also increases the oxygen carrying capacity. Example, iron and folic acids. Anemia, it is the physical state of body which is characterized by weakness, decrease in the number of RBC, low concentration of hemoglobin, and decrease in oxygen carrying capacity. In these, hemoglobin plays an important role in respiration, that is, oxygenation of blood, and it combines with the oxygen and forms the oxyhemoglobin. Oxygen is supplied to various tissues of body, and in turn they form carboxyhemoglobin. CO2 is removed in the atmosphere and hemoglobin is again free. The main role of hemoglobin is to carry the oxygen from the lungs to the body's tissue. Hemoglobin contains iron which allows it to bind to oxygen molecules. This oxygen is then delivered to the cells throughout the body, providing them with the necessary fuel for their functions. Hemoglobin also plays a role in transporting carbon dioxide, a waste product of cellular metabolism, from the tissues back to the lungs. While the significant portion of carbon dioxide is transported in other forms, hemoglobin carries a portion of it. Hence, hemoglobin is essential for the efficient delivery of oxygen to the cells and removal of carbon dioxide, which are fundamental process for life. Causes of anemia includes excessive blood loss during accident or during surgery, and for these whole blood is administered. Causes of anemia includes iron deficiency anemia, vitamin B12 anemia, folic acid deficiency anemia, and for such type of anemia hematinics are advised. In iron deficiency anemia, ferrous sulfate, ferrous gluconate, and ferrous furamate are advised. The side effects are vomiting, GI disturbances, and constipation. In vitamin B12 deficiency anemia, cyanocobalamin is advised, and in folic acid deficiency anemia, there is insufficient folate intake in the diet, problem with the folate absorption. Folic acid supplements are advised. Coagulants. Coagulants refers to a substances that promotes the coagulation, which is the process of liquid changing to a solid or semi-solid state. Now, coagulation of blood. When the blood vessels get ruptured, bleeding occurs, and within short time it is converted into semi-solid mass called as a clot, and the mechanism is called as clotting or coagulation of the blood. The mechanism of clotting is when the tissue gets damaged, it liberates thromboplastin. Thromboplastin reacts with prothrombin in the presence of calcium ion to give thrombin. Fibrinogen in the presence of thrombin gives fibrin, and the fibrin reacts with the blood cells to form clots. This is the mechanism of clotting of the blood. The coagulants are the pharmacological agents which brings about or causes the coagulation of blood. The example of coagulants are includes vitamin K, fibrinogen, thrombin, and menadione. The uses are hemorrhage and hemophilia. Coagulants are contraindicated in conditions such as thrombosis, embolism, and thromboembolism. Anticoagulants. Anticoagulants are the medication that prevent blood clots from forming or existing clots from growing larger. They prevent and treats the blood clots in conditions like deep vein thrombosis, pulmonary embolism, and arterial fibrillation. reduces the risk of stroke and heart attack. These are the pharmacological agents which, when administered, they prevent the coagulation or clotting of blood. Examples are heparin and warfarin. The anticoagulants are classified into two. First is direct acting intravenous anticoagulants, example heparin, and indirectly acting oral anticoagulants is warfarin. The direct acting anticoagulants are used as a in these heparin is used. It prevents the clotting in vivo as well as in vitro. It prevents the formation of thrombin and thereby interferes with the mechanism of clotting and act as a anticoagulants. The side effects of heparin includes hemophilia, hematuria and hemorrhage. Contraindications: heparin cannot be given in peptic ulcer and hemorrhage. Indirectly acting anticoagulants, example warfarin. Warfarin effective only in vivo. They suppress the synthesis of prothrombin, thereby interferes in the mechanism of clotting and act as anticoagulants. They inhibits the synthesis of vitamin K. The side effect includes hemorrhage, hemophilia and hematuria. Contraindications include hemorrhage, hemophilia and peptic ulcers. Therapeutic uses include they are used in arterial thrombosis, in embolism, thromboembolism and during the vascular surgery. Is explanation of some terms. Hemorrhage, it is the condition in which there is excessive bleeding either internally or externally, which is resulting from the rupture of blood vessels. Hemophilia, a genetic bleeding disorder in which blood doesn't clot normally due to deficiency in certain clotting factors. Thrombosis, in these there is formation of blood clot inside the blood vessels, obstructing the flow of blood through the circulatory system. Embolism, in embolism, the destruction of blood vessels by traveling clot or other foreign material such as an air bubble. In thromboembolism, it is the condition in which a blood clot breaks loose from its sites of formation, travels through the bloodstream and in blood vessels, causing embolism.